Mario Party is an evolving series that introduces new mechanics in each game. Some are excluded from the first game, but became a staple mechanic from there on out. Today, I'll be discussing the mechanics that only appeared in one game in the Mario Party series, and if I think it should have returned in some form. If you guys are cool with that, then let's get started. The first Mario Party was an experimental phase of the series and had many of the more basic features carry on to later entries. One mechanic they decided to leave in the past, though, was the plethora of the infamous minigames where you had to rotate the analog stick as fast as possible. The best method to achieve this was by using the center of your palm to rapidly spin the analog stick. Unfortunately, this method caused many people to get blisters on their palms, and as soon as Nintendo was getting complaints and lawsuits, this ain't coming back. And I agree with the decision. These minigames are more annoying than fun to play. This one's kinda lenient though because it did come back in Mario Party Superstars, but a giant warning accompanied it, so I'm just gonna say that they wanted to be nostalgic for the controls or something. Mario Party 2 brought us the costumes. This isn't really a mechanic, moreover, but more of a cosmetic change from board to board, which was definitely cool to see. The characters dressing up in the costumes themed around the boards helped them immerse the theme onto the characters and tied it together very nicely. I don't know why this was a one-time feature, but it would be really awesome to see them bring this back. Mario Party 3 included a unique duel mode with exclusive mechanics that never came back for another game. It was more strategy based than any other duel variation, with picking up a defender and an offender buddy on either side of you and attempting to meet your opponent somewhere on the board for a battle. The only real flaw is that sometimes it just takes forever to get to your opponent, which makes the game just a cat and mouse chase and the other person is just out of reach every time. I'm low-key glad they didn't bring this back. Mario Party 4 is the only game in the series to have a lottery system, believe it or not. This is a really good mechanic and I'm surprised it never made a return since there's a lot of luck involved in Mario Party. When you first get to the station, the host will hand you a luck party ticket to be used during the last 5 turns of the game. I don't know about you guys, but I never got even the computers to receive the star in this roulette. The chances are so low that it probably could have gone as an unused feature. There are 2 variations every time you visit, such as picking a scratch off or rotating a gear to release a ball. It was a good system of risk and reward with a chance of winning big and getting back into the game. It definitely shouldn't have been an only one-time mechanic. Mario Party 5 brings us the randomized capsule system instead of item shops. This was genuinely one of the worst decisions because there's no strategy towards items when you don't even know what they're gonna be. The mechanic to just throw them on the space without paying kind of feels overpowered in my opinion, because if you're playing for a really long time, eventually every space is just gonna have an item affecting it. Also, the miracle capsules or whatever, most broken mechanic in the whole game. I don't even care that it's rare, because if it was turned 50 out of 50, I'm in first place. 10 stars, 100 coins, whatever. First place. And someone or myself gets all 3 miracle capsules, and I'm forced to swap with last place who has 0 stars. Yeah, sure, it's a funny moment for everybody else. I would genuinely just turn off the game and end the party, like low-key. So besides the miracle capsule, this system sucks. I'm happy they didn't bring it back either. Mario Party 6 has the day and night cycle, which is a very unique mechanic. It does feel kind of fitting that this is a single game mechanic because the plotline of other games don't make sense with a cycle like this game does. Technically, you could say that this mechanic existed in Horrorland, but it wasn't as immersed as all of Mario Party 6's boards. The day and night cycle changed the game by allowing certain things to happen only during a specific time of day, such as Boo only appearing at night, or the star costing a random amount in Fair Square at night, and Bowser and DK switching on Clockwork Castle. They also changed the rules in some minigames depending on what time of day it was. For example, if you got the minigame What Goes Up during the day, the objective is to jump on the obstacles and get as high as possible. But if you were to play at night instead, the objective is to fall to the bottom as fast as possible. I do agree that this is a good mechanic, but I also agree that it's what makes Mario Party 6 special and it shouldn't have been integrated into every game going forth. Mario Party 7 introduces the 8-player matches. This brought the addition of 2 players basically acting as one, but more than normal tag team mode since you had to share the controller with your partner, both taking one half. This honestly made games a lot more exciting and the 8-player minigames were super fun and enjoyable. I'd say the only drawback was that it took a little bit longer than the normal modes, especially when they threw the frickin' mic minigames at you every 5 minutes. Wait, nah, scratch that, because modern games take 90 minutes to finish 10 turns, while this game takes 30 to 40 minutes. So I guess there isn't really any drawback, and this mode should have came back for at least one more game. At least one more. I couldn't really think of anything from Mario Party 8 besides just featuring candy as items. And I guess like the dart wheel instead of a roulette, which basically lets you pick the best thing if you timed it right. I guess also maybe like just Mii's being playable, I don't know. But if you want to play a Mario Party type game with Mii's, just play Wii Party. Mario Party 9 has captain events that appear at least once on the board per game. These generally involved some sort of dice rolling mechanic and the captain of the vehicle calling all the shots. I actually like this mechanic because there's an element of risk that could influence every decision. I don't know why they excluded this from Mario Party 10 since that game also brought back the stupid car mechanic and mini stars. So yes, it should have came back from Mario Party 10. Not for any other game though. Mario Party 10 includes the Bowser vs. Everyone game mode, Bowser Party, and also Amiibo Party. You know what, I don't even want to talk about Amiibo Party. It was genuinely that bad. Bowser Party had basically an overpowered 4v1, with the 1 being overpowered as Bowser. The objective of the 4 was to run away from Bowser and survive the minigames every time he catches up to them. The objective of Bowser is to catch up to the team and play a minigame to make them lose all their lives. Bowser is able to reroll like 3 times and usually catches up to the team every time. If Bowser doesn't catch up to you, he'll get an advantage to make it easier to catch up next time. The big factor of this mode is just playing minigames every 4 turns because Bowser's going to catch up to you 99% of the time. This mode is just a gimmick to include the gamepad and just feels really unbalanced. Super Mario Party gave every character in the game a special dice block that you could choose to equip if you wanted to. I like that each character got a special block because most of them presented high risk with high reward, such as DK's block with 4 zeros and 2 10s. I wish they did bring this back in the newest entry because it didn't really impact gameplay too harshly or positively because it was always optional to use it. I'm not going to talk about Mario Party Jamboree because it is the latest game in the series as this video comes out, and some mechanics that are new might come back. So if I talk about it now, maybe who's to say I'm going to see it again? Alright, that was all the mainline games, and now I'm going to be moving on to the handheld and special titles. Mario Party Advance is the only title that doesn't keep the formula the same by giving this like solo mode. There's no other players on the board, and essentially you're just competing against yourself. It functions more as an RPG, but they just slapped the words Mario Party on the title. In other words, Mario Party Advance changes the formula completely and should never be revisited. That's it. I can't even think about a single mechanic that's exclusive to Mario Party DS, besides like the board being small. But that's not even a mechanic. I don't fault them for keeping the formula the same, because it was a step back to the original formula, unlike Mario Party Advance. So yeah, this one's got nothing, but I just wanted to include it. Mario Party Island Tour gave us linear boards with a who can get to the end fastest type game. It abandons the normal formula again like Advance, but not as different as Advance. Instead of playing minigames for coins, you played for dice blocks. The boards were not awful, I guess, but like the only good one was the Bowser one. I'm not even gonna lie. Where you had to like try to get as far away as possible from Bowser. I actually kind of like that one. But the normal formula of the game shouldn't be messed with, so I'd say never bring it back. Star Rush tries something new again and introduced something, I don't even know what the hell to call it, but I'm just gonna sum it up into a few words. Roam around the board collecting allies, then maneuver your way to the boss panel, get first place, and that's how you get a star game. That's what I wrote. Yeah, I'm sorry for the long name, but I just don't know a shorter way to explain it. It's also the only game where you all move at the same time if you exclude Mario Party Top 100, which, let's be honest, isn't a legit title. This does the opposite of current titles, which is the length of a game. Games in Star Rush can actually last less than 10 minutes, depending on the board. Don't bring it back, leave it be, and forget about it. Thanks. Top 100. Top 100 is the least unique game in the whole entire series. Nothing about it brings something new to the series, and it mainly just focuses around old minigames, and they brought back like 20 of the top 100. The only thing I guess I could say about this game is that it's the only game that has one board. You know, I understand how the focus is on the minigames and minigame island and story mode and stuff, but just scrap the board entirely if the game was going to function like this. Never include this again. Never include only one board. Please. There's no exclusive mechanic to this game. Straight up. Maybe like the minigame mode, but the main mode, nope, nothing is unique. Lastly, there's Mario Party E. Yup, I saved the weirdest one for last. Mario Party E is the only game in the series to be a physical card game. It kind of reminds me of those Seen It DVD games back then when there's like a board, but like sometimes you gotta use a device to answer questions or play games or do things on the board. Personally, never played this game before, probably never will, but it looks like they just stole the Mario Party 4 logo and replaced the 4 with an E. It's cool in concept, it was probably revolutionary for when it was released, 2003, but I barely know what this game is about, so I can't give it a fair chance without playing it. And that is all the games. It's cool to see all the twists that the games try to take a look at for a specific game, but at the end of the day, the one-off mechanics are a part of what make each game a different experience each time you play. If you think some of these features should have came back, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.